I first want to talk about actually Brock Purdy because you need to be given a lot of credit here, Luke Willson. The world needs to know that you've been on the Brock Purdy train from the beginning, and you have, in fact, said this guy is top 5 quarterback in the NFL. And as far as I'm concerned, this game is pretty much evidence as to why.
Yes. We'll go back to last year. Every statistical, meaningful stat, he was top 3, mostly won in.
Yeah.
In this season, it was last year the narrative was, hey, this guy has so many weapons, it's a system, whatever. Guys have been hurt, guys have missed camp.
Game manager.
CMC is not there, and he's still doing it, and it's throwing. But the next thing is also he's been able to make a ton of plays off schedule, extending the pocket and running. He had 3 rushes for 20 yards today, and you didn't really see this last year. Last year it was very systematic. Hey, we're going to process a game, we're going to get the ball out, quote-unquote Kyle Shanahan system. So he's got that element, which I think he's developed. And then these throws, we talked about it. Like, the man is wildly accurate. Even here, hey, we take a look, we reset. And we talk about this with a lot of quarterbacks. There's very few guys right now that I see that are playing the game that way where, hey, here's the matchup I like. I'm looking at it. Not there. I know. Instant. Quick second. Flip the hips. I've got Kittle here. I got to throw this ball here. I got to bang it in a very tight window. Kittle makes a great play. That's high-level quarterback play. We talk about a top 5 quarterback. What more do you want from Brock Purdy? The only reason he's not considered a top 5 guy is because he's not super flashy, because he drives a Toyota. That's the only reason.
Well, and he was drafted last. He was Mr. Irrelevant.
I mean, statistically, and I don't love stats, but he dominates.
Yeah.
He dominates. He's top 5 this year and everything. He's had a few turnovers he needs to clean up. Clearly, he did that tonight. I think his rating tonight was 129.3. He is rushing the football. I mean, he's got guys coming out, hurt, injured. I said this. I don't know what more you need to see if you're a football fan to put Brock Purdy in the top 5.
And this is last year John Lynch has him on that rookie deal. So that's why they talk about why it's so important for them to win now, because he's about to get paid.
He's getting paid.
He's getting paid big time. So after starting 3-0, the Seahawks now drop their 3rd straight. They sit at 3-3. Interesting thing, Mike McDonald, the Seahawks' new head coach, said last week, said we got to run the football more. They only handed the ball off 7 times last week in that loss to the Giants. You disagree, though.
Yeah, and I'm a guy, you've heard me a million times, balanced football, and I understand that. But there's so many things that I find wrong with this. And let's start from the top. Part of the reason Pete Carroll was let go was because he wanted to run the football. That was his style. We bring in Ryan Grubb, the new offensive coordinator from college, to sling it around to all our weapons.
Yeah.
Before the 2-minute drive at the half that the Seahawks had, we had more rush attempts than we had pass attempts. Jay, this team does not have a strong offensive line. They average 2.3 yards per carry. It got them behind the 8 ball, and now we're forced to throw the ball. I sit here and I say, Seahawks fans, we've wanted this high-flying offense. You go and get the offensive coordinator. You're also playing a defense that has Fred Warner at middle linebacker, who there's an argument that he is the best player in the NFL. Yes, I said that about a 49ers player. And I sit here and I go...
That's high praise, by the way.
Geno Smith obviously had some turnovers today, still threw for 300.
Yep.
Going into this, he was leading the NFL in pass yards per game.
That's correct.
You've got DK Metcalf. We talk about Tyler Lockett being super clutch, made a bunch of plays. You have a second-year receiver in JSN that is supposed to be an absolute star. You have a tight end in Noah Fant that is a very high draft pick, hasn't really panned out the way people thought, but is super athletic, caught some balls today. How is it that we decide as a head coach to put on a hat that says run the damn ball the week we're playing Fred Warner, the week we're playing a very good 49ers defense, and we come out and we end up down 20 points, and now we're forced to be extremely one-dimensional? I don't understand it. The reason we brought Ryan Grubb in was to sling the ball around and look like this high-flying offense. And outside of the Lions game, we haven't seen that whatsoever.
And let's look at the NFC West standings because, Luke, this has suddenly become very interesting. I mean, Seattle, look, they're still tied at top of the division. Arizona is a very interesting team. The Rams are a bit of a disarray this year. How do you see as you could possibly be? How do you see it playing out?
I see San Francisco winning, and to be honest, I see Seattle sitting at 3 or 4 by the end of the year. You look at these 3 wins, we've talked about it. They're against Bo Nix, Jacoby Brissett, and Skylar Thompson.
Yeah.
We've now lost 3 in a row, one of those games to the Giants without Malik Neighbors. our defense looked atrocious today. They had a couple moments where we stopped the Niners in the red zone. But you want to talk about ball, you want to talk about trying to win a division. When you come out with 3 timeouts and the other team has the ball and you need a stop, you don't give up a 76-yard rush.
Yeah.
You don't give up a fullback dive for a touchdown from the 6. It's not good. It breaks my heart to say it, Seahawks fans, but it's not good. It's not good football, and we don't have the offense executing at a high enough level to back up our poor defense.
So Seattle will try to get it back on track next week against your boy, Kirk Cousins.
Oh, no.
And the Atlanta Falcons.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah, that's where we're going.